Touch your chin right now. That small protruding bone at the bottom of your face. You have probably never thought about it, but here is something that should genuinely stop you in your tracks. No other animal on Earth has a chin. Not chimpanzees, not gorillas, not Neanderthals, not a single one of the 8.7 million species that share this planet with us. The human chin is completely, utterly unique in the history of life. And nobody, not even scientists, fully agrees on why we have it. There are theories, wildly different theories. Some say it is about attraction. Others say it is about speech. One group says it means absolutely nothing at all. And the strangest theory of all might actually be the right one. First, we need to define what a chin actually is. It is not just having a jaw. Every mammal has a jaw. A chin is specifically the forward-projecting bony point at the very bottom of your lower jaw. Anatomists call it the mental protuberance, which honestly sounds like a very polite way of saying the weird bone that sticks out of your face. Here is what makes it so strange. A chimpanzee's lower jaw slopes backward. So does a gorilla's. So does every fossil hominin jaw ever found, until Homo sapiens. Even Neanderthals, our closest evolutionary cousins with brains as large as ours, did not have chins. The chin appeared suddenly in the fossil record, roughly 100,000 to 200,000 years ago, exactly when anatomically modern humans, us, emerged. So whatever the chin is for, it is tied to what made us, us. Theory number one, and it is the one most people find the most interesting. The chin exists because our ancestors found it attractive. This is called sexual selection, and it is a powerful evolutionary force. Think about a peacock's tail. It serves no survival purpose. It makes flying harder. It attracts predators. But peahens prefer males with bigger tails, so bigger tails spread through the population. The argument for the human chin is similar. A prominent chin signals something. It could signal testosterone levels. A strong chin in males correlates with higher testosterone during development. Higher testosterone means a stronger immune system, better ability to fight off disease, healthier offspring. A chin was essentially a billboard, advertising genetic quality to potential mates. And you can see why this theory is appealing. It makes intuitive sense. But there is a problem with the sexual selection theory. If chins are so attractive, why are they equally present in both men and women? Sexual selection usually produces differences between the sexes. Think of a lion's mane or a deer's antlers. But human chins? Men and women have them at roughly the same rate. If the chin were purely a sexual signal, males should have much more prominent chins. They do not. So maybe it is not about attraction. Maybe it is about something more practical. Theory number two, and this one has a lot of scientific weight behind it. The chin evolved to help us speak. Human speech is extraordinarily complex. We produce sounds that no other primate can even come close to making. To produce those sounds, your tongue needs to make rapid, precise movements inside your mouth. The chin provides an anchor point for the muscles that control your tongue. The genioglossus muscle, the main muscle that moves your tongue forward, attaches directly to the inside of your chin. Without a chin, that muscle has a weaker attachment point, less control, less precision. This theory suggests that as human language became more complex, natural selection favored people with chins because they could speak more clearly, coordinate better, share more information, survive. This is elegant, it is logical, and it has some anatomical evidence behind it. But there is a major problem with this theory too. Language almost certainly predates the chin. Neanderthals had complex language. We know this from their brain structure, their social organization, and even their hyoid bone. But Neanderthals had no chins, and they spoke just fine for over 300,000 years. So if chinless Neanderthals could speak, the chin cannot be necessary for language. Theory number 3. This is the mechanical theory. The chin exists to handle the physical stress of chewing. When you bite down, your jaw experiences tremendous pressure. The chin helps distribute that load. It is possible that as our ancestors' diets changed and our faces became smaller overall due to cooking and softer foods, the chin remained as a necessary structural element to keep the jaw strong enough to chew. This makes sense mechanically, but it has problems too. If the chin is about chewing stress, why did it appear after our faces started shrinking? Should it not have been there all along, if it was essential for chewing? The chewing theory explains why we have it. It does not fully explain why we did not have it before. And now we arrive at the strangest theory of all. The chin is an evolutionary accident, a spandrel. The term spandrel comes from architecture. It is the triangular space that forms between two arches. Nobody designed the spandrel. It is not there because an architect wanted it. It is there because arches create it. In 1979, two biologists, Stephen Jay Gould and Richard Lewontin, applied this concept to evolution. They argued that not every biological feature exists because natural selection chose it for a purpose. Some features are just byproducts of other changes, accidental leftovers. Here is the spandrel argument for the chin. As the rest of the face receded, the central part of the lower jaw was the last area to reduce. The chin did not evolve because it was useful. It evolved because it was the last thing to disappear. This theory is controversial. Many scientists reject it outright. But it makes a prediction that the other theories do not. If the chin is a spandrel, it should have no strong relationship with fitness, survival, or reproductive success. And that is exactly what the data suggests. Studies have found no relationship between chin prominence and attractiveness, none with testosterone levels, none with health outcomes. The chin, this feature that is uniquely, completely, unmistakably human, might mean nothing at all. It might just be there, a leftover, a ghost of a face that used to be bigger. And honestly, that might be the most human thing about it. We want everything to have meaning. We want every part of our bodies to have been chosen for a reason. But evolution does not work that way. Nature is not a designer. Nature is a tinkerer. And tinkerers leave behind strange things, accidental things, things that work well enough to stay. The chin may be one of those things. or it may have a purpose we have not yet discovered. Tomorrow, a new fossil could be unearthed that changes everything we think we know. Until then, the chin remains one of the strangest, most beautiful mysteries of being human. A small bone, with no agreed-upon purpose, shared by every person alive, and no other creature in the history of Earth. Touch your chin again. That is you. That is only you.